Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. And
Yeah.
today, we are going to be doing a kind of a deep dive, if you will, into the world of movie remakes.
Ooh, remakes.
Yeah. I mean, they're everywhere.
It's like, why?
It's like Hollywood seems to love them. But the thing is, I mean, looking at all the source material we have here, the question is, like, why do so many of them just not really work? Like, not even just not work, but just, like, completely fall flat.
I know.
It's like, it's not even like, oh, this remake's okay. It's like, what were they thinking?
Right.
These are the real head scratchers.
The bad ones.
Yeah, the train wrecks. So I guess our mission here is to sort of like sift through all of this and see if we can pinpoint like what are the common mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
what leads to these like remake
The
disasters.
common pitfalls.
Yeah.
So we can learn from them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the variety of approaches that they take to doing remakes is kind of fascinating.
Right.
Like, you've got everything from like trying to do a shot-for-shot exact recreation
Mm-hmm.
to like taking a foreign film and trying to like reimagine it
Right.
for a new audience.
Completely different.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, it's there's a stat here from Box Office Mojo that says over 70% of remakes actually make less money
Wow.
than the original.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a majority.
I mean, it begs the question.
Right.
Like, why even do them?
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good question.
So let's jump in here to this section, which I love. I mean, the title alone is just so good. This source is calling it the unholy trifecta
Ooh.
of remake failures.
I like it.
So let's start with Psycho, the 1998 version of Psycho. Now, this one is kind of fascinating because it's not just a remake.
Right.
They tried to do a shot-for-shot
Shot for shot.
recreation of the Hitchcock classic.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, the source material is kind of like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I wonder, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you adding to it?
Yeah, and, like, what creative vision did they have for this other than just, like, let's just do Psycho again?
Literally just do the same thing again.
And there's some interesting choices here in this film. Like they cast Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates.
Interesting.
And they decided to film it in color.
Huh. I wonder why.
Right. I mean, the original is in black and white, which, adds to that whole kind of like, tense.
The suspense, the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mood, the whole vibe.
Yeah, I think that's a weird choice.
Yeah. And the source even says like, listen to, and I love this, they have these moments in the source material where they say like, listen to this.
Okay.
And they point out the line, a boy's best friend is his mother.
Ooh, that's a creepy line.
And they want you to compare how it's delivered in the original versus the remake.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why they would point that out.
Yeah, and it's night and day. Like
Yeah.
the original, I mean, it sends chills down your spine. It's so creepy.
Right.
The remake, it's just like, whatever.
Just kind of flat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like what, it doesn't have the same weight at all.
It doesn't have that impact.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, what's the lesson here? If you're going to remake something,
Yeah.
you've got to have some kind of creative reason for it to exist.
It needs a new perspective.
Yeah.
Some originality.
Yeah. It can't just be a mirror image.
Right. Otherwise, what are we doing here? Why are you watching it?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so second in this unholy trifecta is Total Recall from 2012. This one took a way different approach,
Okay.
but still didn't quite work.
Hmm.
And this one stars Colin Farrell,
Interesting.
stepping into the very large shoes of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Huge shoes.
Right. And the thing is, the source brings up how this one just kind of stripped away all the fun.
Oh, the original was so fun.
I know. The original was so over the top. Like, it was almost like knowingly absurd.
Right.
It was campy.
Yeah.
And this one, they kind of tried to make it more serious.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, and it just didn't really work.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, they got rid of Mars.
What? How do you get rid of Mars in Total Recall?
I know. It's like, how do you even do that? Like, Mars is like the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that where, like, all the mystery and intrigue comes from?
It is. And then there's this hot take in the source material that I found really interesting. They talk about how the ending of the original, it leaves it ambiguous,
Right.
whether or not Quaid is, dreaming all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and this source is arguing, they're like, that's part of the brilliance of the original.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one just kind of like, oh, no, this is definitely happening.
Oh, so they got rid of the ambiguity?
Yeah. It's just like, okay, so they tried to make it more, straightforward and realistic.
Mm.
But they got rid of the very thing that made the original so, like, cool.
Yeah, I mean, half the fun of the original is debating with your friends afterwards, like, was it real or not?
I know.
You take that away, and what are we even talking about?
Exactly. Okay, third one in this trifecta is RoboCop. 2014 RoboCop. Now this one's different because the challenge here was like to soften
Okay.
something that was originally very, very gritty
Okay.
and satirical.
Yeah, the original RoboCop is wild.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was like an R-rated,
It's violent.
very violent,
But it's got that satire.
It's got the satire, it's got the edge. This one, PG-13.
Oh, wow.
And the source is basically saying like, yeah, they watered it down.
So they took out the teeth.
Yeah, it's just like it's a conventional action movie. Kind of, yeah. And they have this listener poll question in this source material, which I love. They just pose this question to the readers. Should Paul Verhoeven films ever be remade? Spoiler alert, no.
I mean, I can kind of see why they would say that.
Right. I mean, it's like trying to sanitize something that was like so intentionally transgressive is just, it's not going to work.
No, I mean, those movies, they're violent, but they're violent for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like there's a purpose behind it.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about 3 big remakes that kind of stumbled for different reasons. Now, the source moves into this section, which is titled, Who Asked for This?
Oh, no.
Which is just, they're talking about remakes that, like, just completely miss the point
Okay.
of the original. So let's start with Point Break, 2015 Point Break.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that one.
What's really interesting about this one is the original, I mean, it was all about surfing.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze.
It's iconic.
The chemistry.
This one, they decided to go with all kinds of extreme sports.
Okay.
Apparently, dirt bikes play a big part in it.
Dirt bikes?
Yeah.
In Point Break? Wow.
I know. It's like they just took the title and they're like, all right, let's throw in a bunch of like random extreme stuff.
I mean, and you can't have Point Break without Keanu and Swayze. Like that's the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have this quote in the source material from the remake. I am an FBI agent.
Okay.
And then the source says, delivered with zero charisma.
Ouch.
I know. It's like they completely missed the vibe.
I mean, that's the thing about that movie. It's not just the action. It's those two guys. It's the relationship.
Yeah, the charisma.
It's the, the chemistry. It's all that.
Okay, so next in this category of head scratchers, The Wicker Man, 2006 Wicker Man, starring Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Oh boy.
This one is infamous.
I've heard things.
And what's so interesting is it's like it doesn't just fail to capture that creepy like folk horror vibe of the original. It's like it went full on like unintentional comedy.
Oh no.
Like people watch this movie to laugh.
Really?
Yeah. And there's this scene, and the source points this out specifically. It's like, this is the moment the film jumped the shark.
Okay.
You ready for the line?
Yeah, give it to me.
Not the bees.
Not the bees, I know.
Not
It's like, it's become this meme.
I can see why.
And it's like, it's supposed to be scary, but it's just not.
It's so bad. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like they took this movie that was supposed to be like this kind of like, unsettling, creepy folk horror, and they turned it into this like completely different thing.
It's like that's a tough one to remake, I feel like. Like that tone is so specific.
Yeah.
You really have to nail it.
Yeah. And they did not nail it.
Okay.
Let's say last one in this section, Ben-Hur, 2016. Now this one is interesting because not only is it a critical disappointment,
right,
it's also a huge financial failure.
Oh, really? Yeah. $100 million flop.
Wow.
According to the source material. And they have this fun fact in here, which I love. They say, according to Deadline, it actually lost more money than any other film released in 2016.
Wow. That's a distinction.
Oh.
Not a good one.
No.
Not a good.
And so it's like even with, the chariot race, which is like the big set piece, it didn't connect with audiences. And the source calls it, and I think this sums it up perfectly, a soulless retread.
Yeah. I mean, you can't just remake something for the sake of remaking it. You have to like find the heart of it. Yeah. The soul of it and do something new with it.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about a very specific kind of remake, which is foreign films being remade for Western audiences. And the source calls this section Lost in Translation.
Ooh, I like that.
And the first one up is Old Boy, the 2013 Old Boy.
Okay. Now,
this one's interesting because the original South Korean film,
yeah,
it's so intense.
It's a classic.
It's so brutal. It's got those crazy twists and turns.
Mm-hmm.
The remake, this one was directed by Spike Lee.
Okay.
And it kind of faced some criticism for a couple of reasons. One, there were some whitewashing issues
Right.
with the casting.
Yeah, that's always a problem.
Yeah. And also, it kind of like sanitized some of the more brutal, impactful moments of the original.
Oh, so they toned it down.
Yeah. And the source actually points out a key difference, which is they took out the hammer hallway fight scene.
What? No, that's like the most iconic scene.
I know. And the source says that without that scene, the remake just lacks the visceral impact of the original.
Right. That scene, it's so brutal, but it's also like it's got so much emotion behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a turning point in the film. You can't just get rid of that.
And so it's like, okay, this is a good example of like how hard it is to adapt something that's so culturally specific.
Yeah, because you're trying to make it appeal to a wider audience.
Right.
But you're also like you're risking losing what made the original so good.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, Godzilla, 1998 Godzilla. Now this one actually has a silver lining.
Okay.
But the source material, they kind of jokingly refer to this Godzilla as being more like a Jurassic Park wannabe.
Really?
Yeah, than an actual Godzilla film.
Huh.
And they say it completely deviated from, you know, the Toho, like the classic Toho Godzilla.
Yeah, but design and everything.
Yeah, the creature design, the whole tone, everything. It wasn't well received by fans.
Right.
But here's the silver lining.
Okay.
It actually, according to the source material, inspired the 2014 reboot.
Oh, the 2014 one was good.
Which was way better.
Yeah.
So it's like, in a weird way, this failure actually led to something good.
I mean, that's Hollywood for you. Sometimes you got to make a mistake to learn from it.
Yeah. Okay, last one in this Lost in Translation section is Death at a Funeral.
Okay.
2010. Now, this one's really interesting because they actually use the same screenplay as the original British film. Oh, wow.
So the words are all the same.
Okay.
But according to the source, it just didn't work.
Huh.
It didn't capture that British wit,
Right.
that charm.
Yeah, it's a different kind of humor.
Yeah. And instead, they kind of went for more like broad American slapstick.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like, okay, so it's not just about the words, it's about, you know, the cultural nuances.
The delivery.
The comedic timing.
Style.
Yeah, it's all of that stuff.
So let's kind of wrap this up here. And the source has these key lessons that we can learn from these remake disasters. And the first one is audiences, they prefer evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh interpretations.
Right.
Rather than just direct copies.
Yeah, you want something new.
Yeah.
Not just the same thing again.
And they actually point to Cronenberg's The Fly as a good example of this.
Oh, yeah, that's a great remake.
Yeah, it took the core concept of the original,
Mm-hmm.
but it shifted genres.
Yeah.
You know, it's body horror.
Yeah. It's like, it's a completely different experience.
But it works.
But it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, second lesson, respect the fan base.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do not mess with the fans.
Yeah, the fans are the ones who made the original success.
Right. And they bring up the Ghostbusters 2016 film
Okay.
as an example of, like, they tried to be too self-aware with all these meta jokes.
Right.
And it just alienated the fan base.
Yeah, because it's like, you're making fun of the thing that we love.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you got to find that balance between like acknowledging the legacy
Right.
and also like trying to do your own thing.
Yeah, you have to respect the original.
Yeah. And then this is so simple,
Okay.
but so important.
Right.
Some films are just better left untouched.
Yes.
Like, don't even try.
Some things are classics for a reason.
And they throw out the example of, like, what if they tried to remake Citizen Kane?
Yeah, you can't remake Citizen Kane.
It's blasphemy. It's sacred.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It makes you wonder, like, will Hollywood ever learn?
I mean, it's a tough one, right? Because Hollywood loves remakes.
They do.
But they also love money.
Yeah.
And as we saw, like, 70% of the time, they're not making money.
Yeah.
So it's like, you think they would learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
But, you know, the allure of a known property.
Right. It's like they see dollar signs.
Yeah.
And they're just blinded, and they're blinded by it.
So I guess the big question is, like, will they ever really learn?
I mean, I hope so, for the sake of, you know, good cinema.
For the sake of all of us.
But who knows?
Who knows?
We'll have to see.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
See you next time.